face, apparently.
I swear it's like doing a podcast with my sister's kids.
That's not good. No. Welcome to the Ghost and Clover podcast live from SHOT Show 2026. We are here at the Bersa booth. A great, beautiful backdrop here. This podcast is brought to you by Bersa and our good friends at Walk and Talk America. So we'll talk about them here a little bit more. But today we've got some great guests. We've got some old friends in new makeup, if you will, and we've got Sacramento Foundation and One Horse. You might recognize these guys or their products and all that, but we're gonna jump in. Before we do that, bring in Chris from Clover Tech, my partner in crime. What's up, homie?
Yeah, I'm here, man. Last podcast of the show. We got one more day of the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of people, of course,
snow hits tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of people getting out for weather. We typically don't do Friday anyway because a lot of people leave early. It's a kind of a crazy day. We're tearing down booths and a lot of other things. People want to get out of here. So, but last show of the SHOT Show and bittersweet. But let's get it going.
Yep. So our first two guests here to my left. So Jeremy has been a good friend for a long time, and you guys might know the company that he was formerly big wig over at Anderson, and now that Anderson is unfortunately no more, he and Drew have decided to pick up where there has been a void in our industry, and we're obviously you brought you brought the family with you. You got the gang, you got the band back together. Our good friend Kyle and Chris up there, and the guys we've all kind of come to know and love you guys from Anderson. It's nice to see. Drew has got his different backgrounds. The backgrounds kind of mesh. A lot of people don't realize the size of the industry that OEM plays a part of. And that just kind of goes forgotten sometimes. How big a part is that as the model?
So the OEM side of things has always been, really even our time at Anderson, it was a large portion of the business that we had. So, behind the one horse curtain, if you will, we're working on the side to do OEM work with some of these other guys that were, getting product or needing things. So Drew and I and the rest of our team kind of make it a point to make sure that if somebody has a need or a want, we'll do everything we can to help them fill it. And if we can't fill it, we'll put them in touch with somebody that can.
Right.
I think from my career, my standpoint, anyone I've ever worked with or dealt with, whether it be a customer, a competitor, a manufacturer, you just treat people the way you want to be treated and you help each other. This industry is stronger if we're all together. If we beat each other down, we're just going to end up making enemies and nobody's going to win. But if we help each other and can figure out ways to grow together, then we're all winning. So
Absolutely. Real quick, we'll come back to you guys, but real quick, what are some of the immediate plans that consumer level can kind of look to see from One Horse?
So right now, obviously we can't trademark this, but we've got our Trojan horse, if you will. It's our first rifle.
Man, wouldn't that be amazing if you could?
We've got the Trojan horse out there to get us going, but we've got a lot of different calibers in the works.
Yeah.
We're going to lean in heavy on the short 300 blackout stuff. Everybody seems to be more suppressed, and we should have we'll have our own suppressed. We'll have our own suppressor. We'll have our own short barrel stuff. So we have a lot of cool projects in the works. 6mm arc stuff in the works. So we're going to branch out, do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of
some stuff that you, for whatever reason, may or may not have been able to get done at the previous place.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we were such a large OEM manufacturer there that it's sometimes hard to be able to do some of the cool things that we would like to do. On this side of the house, it's all about.
You're not a one horse trick.
We're not a one-trick pony. Nope. We're going to have multiple horses in the stable, and we're ready to let them out. So
We need a secretary. We need a man of war rifle. We need all the kind. We need the Pony Express 2026.
well, we're thinking with our suppressor line, the 4 horsemen. I don't know. So,
That's awesome.
maybe next SHOT Show we'll come trolling in on some
would be
ponies.
amazing.
I don't know. So
That's awesome. Chris, what we got next?
We've got Second Amendment Foundation
Second Amendment
Justice.
Foundation.
with SAF. Most people out there hopefully familiar with SAF. Give us a little rundown, if you will. First,
Sure. So the Second Amendment Foundation is, well, I'm biased, but I think we're the best Second Amendment advocacy organization around. I have a lot of great respect for the others, but we have over 50 active cases right now, and several of them are pending in the Supreme Court. That includes the marquee issues like the assault weapons bans that I deal with as a Californian, the maximum capacity limits, but also other issues. For example, one case pending right now in the Supreme Court deals with Illinois's ban on carry on public transportation, which is obviously a big problem if you don't have a car and need to get around. It basically nullifies your right to carry.
Isn't that usually one of the most dangerous places to be on top of anything else?
Exactly. If you're going to carry on one place, it would be
That's where you want to carry. I would think.
so that's why it's absurd. And we're also dealing with things like the ban on people under 21. There's all sorts of attacks on their rights. And we have a number of pending cases. One we recently filed is in my home state against Santa Clara County, where it costs $2,000 to get a CCW permit.
I'm sorry?
$2,000 to get a CCW permit in Santa Clara County without the expense. Yeah, it's a poll tax, and they know that. It's just like a poll tax, and it's meant to disenfranchise everyone but rich people. So we're working on that and much, much more with our over 50 active cases, and that's what we do.
now, what is your role?
Sure, I'm the director of legal research and education. So
You're a nerd.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I do a lot of our social media to educate people. I also write a lot of our amicus briefs. I've done over a dozen in the last 6 months. So that's at all levels, Ninth Circuit, Supreme Court, other circuit courts. And I also help with our lawsuits when our director of legal operations, Bill Sack.
So basically, if you don't do your job, nothing else gets done.
That's I'm one of the cogs in the machine.
Yeah. I just need picture books to understand what he does. So I need pop-up pictures. I don't understand what you're talking about. You're way over my head.
I try to give someone happy.
I heard research. I was like, I don't speak that language.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been involved heavily in the fights and all that, but what kind of support? Obviously, you got to keep your doors open. You got to fund these projects. You got to fund these cases. The army of the Second Amendment advocates out there, what do you need from the public to help to support the causes and support these cases?
Well, the easy answer, of course, is always become a member, donate, which you can do at saf.org, saf.org, be a member, donate. But besides that, what I think we need to do, and this is why I'm, I guess, the director of legal research and education, is we need to change hearts and minds, because California, my home state, is spreading. Look what's happening in Virginia. What's about to, a formerly free state is about to become the new California, but with worse weather, so you don't even get that. So
That's true.
we need to stop that, and of course donate, but also talk to your friends. Please remember to vote. Get out there and spread the message. Make people realize that gun owners are not lunatics. We're normal people who insist on our Constitution. A few of us are.
Some of us are.
A few of us, but not most of us.
Most of us, yeah.
And even the ones that are, they're mostly lunatics in a fun way, not in a creepy way.
I like to think we're a fun group, but you never know.
So we do need to win the culture war, because everything else I do, and no matter what, at the end of the day, I can make the best legal argument, but if the judge in front of us hates us, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, we could free for all here for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I'm curious from the one horse.
Incoming.
So nice. So we're getting fancy snacks.
That's good snacks.
Apparently. Pull the
Kit Kats out there.
Oh, that's it. That was probably Chase. What do you want to bet?
I guarantee it was.
So
No one jumped on that either. So we were all done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Look, I hurt too much to be a hero at this point.
the previous companies, and we won't talk about that. Are there some of the how to put this? Kind of the ways of doing business as far as the product, the customers' attention to detail, or the things, elements of that have been brought over to One Horse. So are people going to get a familiar feel, I guess?
Absolutely. I think I would be lying if I didn't say that we want to up that, from a quality standpoint. We want to make sure that what we're delivering is what we say it is. We are 100% American made. And, in this AR space, that's not always the case. And the end consumer may not know that, but as someone who grew up in the manufacturing space, through Anderson, and saw some of the competition out there and the things that were being done to cut corners just to save a buck. It's a hill we're going to die on. We're going to be 100% American made. The guys that we have doing the assembly and doing some of the things that they're doing right now are guys who have breathed this industry and love this industry and understand the importance of putting out a good quality product. We get one shot at this. We just want to show the end consumer that with what we're delivering is legit, and the average everyday guy is what we're going after.
Right.
That's kind of our motto. Is we're not trying to be tactical. We're not trying to be the next SWAT guy or this or that. We obviously we will cater to the police departments and do the things that need to be done there, but we want your average everyday guy or gal that's putting in a good, honest, week's worth of work that can come out, buy a rifle that they can afford, and know that they can trust on it. So that's really our vision and our goal. Like I said, my time at Anderson was great. I was given many opportunities, to do the things that I love doing and being a part of this industry. And I just, Drew and I and the rest of the guys on the team, we didn't want to give that up. So we like to say we're taking the good from everything we've done.
Right. We
want to elevate that, and we'll leave the bad at the door. And we're going to, step up our
right.
I think we're trying to educate the end consumer too on, we want to bring the gun industry back to family owned, and, we want to see the end user better understand that we are not corporate America. We are not beholden to shareholders. We're not trying to make the most margin out of the firearm. We're trying to make the best firearm possible at the best cost possible.
Right.
And that being 100% American made, I'm not to stress on it, but I don't think the end consumer understands that in the budget space of firearms, what they're holding in their hands is probably 80% not American. And it's not American metal. It's not American machining. It's not an American product. And it's assembled in America, but they're just not getting a true American-made firearm.
Right.
And it does cost more to make an American-made firearm, and that is part of it. But like Jeremy said, we're not going to move away from that. We're not just about margin. We're about a quality firearm that every American can have.
Right. Costas, Ghost mentioned earlier about people being able to help out with Second Amendment Foundation. But one of the reasons that we do this podcast is we match up industry and organizations is so that you guys can kind of learn from each other. Like we're all in this fight together. We all need to be helping each other. So what type of help from the industry side of things do you guys need? What do you need from the industry? Do you need plaintiffs for lawsuits? Do you need money? What do you need?
Oh, we do that all the time. So we have a number of corporate partners who either donate money or help us with fundraisers. There's lots of companies who do that. But also when it comes to getting the message out there, that's always the hardest part. So, a lot of, sometimes when you buy a gun, it'll have an ad for the NRA or something. We'd love to see more of that for SAP too. Nothing against the NRA, but of course I'm going to fly our flag here. That's a great way the industry could help us. In addition to, keep doing what they're doing and making these guns more common, which helps our arguments in court for sure. And what you guys were talking about, super important, affordability and all that. I know two of my rifles in California, so they're Frankenstein versions, but they are Anderson lowers. And I'll be looking at I like the horse puns, so I'll make sure to follow your company too.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where we talk about bridging organizations and all that. And what people don't realize is it's not just money. Yeah, I mean, can corporate entities help with money? Yes, they can, but sometimes sharing a post on their social media gets 10 times more visions than yours might or whatever.
Absolutely.
It's not so simple as that. Just, hey, we're sharing this, or
And vice versa, right?
yeah, or putting a flyer in a box every now and then,
It's totally true. My social
Or
media,
even doing maybe an exclusive SAF run with a manufacturer. Hey, we're going to make a rifle, 250 units of this for you guys to sell or something. There's a lot of different ways,
Absolutely. Getting for example, I'm pretty successful on social media for a lawyer, over 30,000 followers, but that's a tiny fraction.
Do they
of what
know
the
you're
industry
a lawyer?
gets. Yes, because it's in my
And
bio.
they still follow.
And they still, yeah, I know. It's maybe I'm handicapping myself. I should lie. Some more. But I still only have a fraction of what some of these companies get. So yes, getting the message out there is the biggest thing we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, really nice to meet you, Cos. Guys, these are friends of mine, so I can't be happier for you. It's nice to see you back in the industry.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate all you've done for all of us over the years, but man, it's just really nice to see you happy.
Yeah.
And Kyle and Chris, everyone seems happy, which means I know you love what you're doing, and that's awesome.
It's Thursday in Vegas, so
A little tired.
the happiness is starting to wear down a little bit. Probably need to get home, but no, absolutely. We
I bet
appreciate
you everyone here is nice. It's good to see you guys back as well.
well, the support has been amazing. It's been outstanding. We appreciate you guys helping us kind of get this thing off the ground as well. And that's what we like to do. We like to help our industry friends, and we appreciate it.
Who we got coming up?
We have put up next.
Do we have Chase coming up?
Yeah. Well, we don't see it. It did not show up yesterday. But WTTA, I think, which will be DB, I do believe.
DB's
Which you're
coming on.
gonna see DB at the intermission video here in a minute.
The fake John Lover.
Yeah, hashtag not John Lover. Potentially Bersa and EAA, so that could go off the rails really quick.
Wow.
We'll see.
Chase at
We'll
EAA.
see.
Now that's a nerd.
Yeah.
That's one word I would call him. Not the most common word that I call him. That's one word that I
I'm
call him.
kidding, Chase. I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of our best friends. Absolutely.
Yeah, so stick around. We're gonna put an intermission while we change seats, so to speak, and we'll be right back.
Right on.
Thank y'all.
Bersa has been a leading manufacturer for over 60 years. At Bersa, they understand that your safety is non-negotiable, and that's why they've crafted a line of exceptional firearms that redefine excellence. Their state-of-the-art manufacturing ensures every firearm is meticulously crafted to the highest standards, guaranteeing reliability and accuracy when it matters most. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a first-time gun owner, Bersa has a perfect solution for your needs. From the sleek and compact Thunder series, ideal for concealed carry, to the powerful and versatile BAR rifle, their range of firearms are designed for shooters who demand excellence in performance and design. Their commitment to safety and precision has made them a trusted choice for law enforcement agencies and responsible gun owners alike. In a world where mental health is often overlooked, one organization is leading the charge. Walk the Talk America, a force for change, breaking down stigmas and fostering conversations that matter. At Walk the Talk America, they believe in the power of dialogue to reshape the narrative surrounding mental health. Their mission is simple but profound: to bridge the gap between mental health and firearms, because they understand that the real change starts with understanding, empathy, and open conversation. Tune into their groundbreaking podcast, Guns and Mental Health, where experts, advocates, and survivors share their stories and insights. It's not just a podcast, it's a movement towards a more compassionate and informed society. Join them as they organize events, workshops, and outreach programs to build a community that supports mental health without judgment. Join me in supporting Walk the Talk America and visit their website, walkthetalkamerica.org, to be part of the change.
Right now, 107 million firearm owners and 174 million conservative Americans have nowhere to turn for mental health support that respects their values. Billion-dollar apps push agendas that alienate us, leaving our community underserved and overlooked. I'm Dr. D.B. Palmer, founder of 2A Mental Health, the only conservative, faith-driven mental wellness app built by and for our community. Our 12-week resiliency program delivers hope through coaching, community, and care aligned with faith, family, and freedom. We're disrupting a $30 billion market that's ignored conservatives for too long. Scan the QR code now and help us raise $48,000 to launch this movement. Together,
Bersa has been a leading manufacturer for over 60 years. At Bersa, they understand that your safety is non-negotiable, and that's why they've crafted a line of exceptional firearms that redefine excellence. Their state-of-the-art manufacturing ensures every firearm is meticulously crafted to the highest standards, guaranteeing reliability and accuracy when it matters most. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a first-time gun owner, Bersa has a perfect solution for your needs. From the sleek and compact Thunder series
Are we back with audio? We have audio. Do we have audio? I should have audio. So we're working through the technical difficulties. Should we have audio? We do not have video. Let me work on that though, please.
Yeah, we have audio. We have audio. Go ahead, here it is. The Ron Jeremy, nice to meet you. Ron Jeremy, that's so good. Taking the middle seat for Derby, I did. So, we can select them so that she does. She's like, I'm just talking shit. What's your favorite time Danielle got back in? Oh, 5:17 this morning. Me getting with 3:30, I thought was bad. She got over 5:17.
I was like, if you roll up on me at 5:17 and turn the light on with a stranger in my room.
Yes. Yes.
Stuff could happen.
Someone's getting hurt.
Stuff could happen.
And we'll die.
All right.
Slide hit this chair now.
Stay.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulty.
We're back.
We are officially back.
We're back.
We just lost power. We lost audio. We lost camera.
The internet is
we're back.
The internet
This is a very
is
professional show.
We're here.
It is.
Let's take
It is our
serious.
second. Yes, we try really
You know,
hard.
You know what? The audio version, nobody will ever know.
I think they will.
Nah.
Have you noticed that Clover looks like Coke Santa Claus right now?
Nice.
He does.
Nice.
Why do I get to fucking sit by DB of all people? That's what I want to know.
Because I didn't want him next to me because he makes everyone look ugly.
Oh, I'm telling
It's T-Boo Bradley Cooper.
T.B. Bradley Cooper. It's John Lovell, T.B. Bradley Cooper.
They were legitimately laughed at going, is that Bradley Cooper?
you. Oh,
Seriously.
That's my new Instagram handle.
Not John Lovell dead. It's
Also
not
not
Bradley
John Lovell,
Cooper
and also
actual.
not-
It was so good.
nice.
It's a
You
long
used to
game.
make it not John Lovell, aka not Bradley Cooper, all on one big ass
One
name.
long-
I'm getting that on a t-shirt. Is it-
Absolutely. Hashtag.
It was so good. These guys
Probably shot down 2020.
So we've never met these guys. We have no
Never.
idea. So, you know, I'm sorry that
Never.
we're getting to know each other a lot.
Like, we never last night.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
And no one likes each other in this room. So
Yeah, not at all. What are we doing here?
you guys are very familiar with the guy to my left, your radio left here. This guy is he's kind of a big deal.
There's no words.
There's no words.
In like 2 or 3 states, maybe. I don't know.
Two or three. He's wanted in several states, but you know.
Wanted for being sexy without a license.
Wow. If you were on Fremont the other night, you just saw some stuff.
Hey, he was pretty big in McDonald's last night too. So at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That was a whole
Nice.
thing.
That was a whole thing. Chase with European American Armory. You guys have you've had a couple. I mean, you've had some great years, but the last couple of years, especially, has been madness. And I know you're looking forward to a great 2026 as well.
Dude, I'm honestly like really excited about 2026. Like, there's some cautious optimism in the industry right now. There's some people who are not giving it a chance at all for 26. We finished 25 out pretty strong. I'm real happy with that. Like some people said it was great. We honestly did. We had a great 25. I can't complain. I mean, like anybody else, I wish we could have done more, but 25 was very good.
There's a lot of companies that closed down and required a third of their workforce. It's a true story.
You know, we were very fortunate. We did survive the madness, and we keep getting stronger with it. 26. I mean, this show has proven that as long as you innovate and bring some new stuff to market, people will thrive and do it. And here we are.
So, some of the madness that I got, I'm sure everyone has been up your booth in the last few days has got to see some of the new coolness, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, there's a new line of shotguns on top of just the handguns that are pretty amazing as well.
So we've got a whole new full line of over unders this year in the Blue Label series.
Super Clover sized
We
shotgun.
have a Clover size shotgun coming out soon. So if you need a leprechaun / youth size shotgun, I've got you covered. We've even got garden gnomes to go with it right now. So that's
Actually, you do.
But no, the Blue Labels are a fantastic value. I'll put them up against anything that's 3 times the cost of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome over unders. We got a line of bolt guns coming out. 700 pattern walnut stocks. Really aggressive price on the street. And then obviously the new double stacks, the 2311 CMX and the double X. I hate when people are like, oh, what's the game changer? But these are pretty awesome.
They're fantastic, and I like what y'all have done with. And I'm going to call them upgrades. Some of it may not, but the upgrades and textures of the grips and the slides. I like an aggressive texture. You're not going to cut your hand. These are definitely aggressive, but everything about the slide cuts and it's amazing. It really
Slide
is awesome.
cuts, interval comp on the double X. It's a slightly reduced grip. You got the texture on there. It's more like a skateboard tape kind of. I'm a big fan of that. Biggest thing is no grip safety now. It's all flush. You just got the beaver tail coming off of it. It's an internal firing pin block. So not like a traditional 1911 Series 80. It doesn't have that grit. It's still got a really good trigger in it. I think more like a striker kind of block, similar idea. But it's a fantastic platform, and it's got some heads turning because there's a booth down the road from us that sells a really expensive version of this.
They don't like you very much, do they?
I mean, I'm honestly friends with a lot of those guys, but
As a company, they probably don't like you.
they don't like when I'm doing something that's a fourth of the price.
Yeah. Clover's over here, like, listening to himself. He loves to hear himself talk.
He
so.
does.
No,
Can confirm.
real quick, I know that it's been an interesting year, not just with the tariffs and everything else. Is that
Hold up. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Continue.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
Business plans and all that. How much of a wrench did that throw into? Were any of these guys supposed to come back earlier last year, or how's it affected production and designs for later on?
It definitely affected on how we were going to tax stuff. And obviously, later last year, going into this year, having to contend with the tariff situation, because I mean, people don't understand. Like, we went from paying a 3% duty to an 18% duty. Like when you're going to go from paying
and there's not a whole lot of margin there to begin with. Let's be honest.
Like I have an aggressive price point for a reason, and it's we make it so we can survive. Our customers make money; they're happy. The dealers can make money. The consumer still gets a value-driven product. But that all works on thin margins, and when you add an additional 15% to that, that makes life difficult. So we ate a lot of the initial. We had to increase price a little bit on stuff later in the year, but when we decided to go up again with no notice. The first time around, like back in April, it wasn't great, but at least we had 90 days to figure it out. Second time around, I was like, hey, by the way, in 30 days, here you go.
Yep.
Not great.
Yep. Are we just saying fuck it? Like you give up, or Clover's listening to
The
himself
artist
on the
formerly known as
podcast.
Clover has just pieced out. That's what it was.
He says it's Thursday. I just don't care anymore. I just don't give a shit
I mean, if you
anymore.
throw a frag in the middle of the table, it's just
I tried to keep
One frag. and he gives up.
just one.
Are we even on right now?
Yes, we are on.
Okay,
Reese's Pieces.
But I don't know how long, and I'll fix something real quick.
All right. So our next good friend we brought in comes from us from the mental health side of things. He's obviously
Don't we all?
okay. Stand by.
Did it quit?
Now
No.
it did.
Let's see if the audio's back. All right. I think the audio's back. That should get rid of the echo.
Testing.
Testings. 1, 2,
I
3.
think we're good.
Tactical testicles.
Okay, DB. Let's go.
Go for it. Yeah. So DB, we're just gonna jump right. We don't know how much time we have left, so
Yeah.
introduce yourself and tell me in about 3.5 minutes.
That's the existential question.
No,
right?
the mental health side of things, DB's got a lot of projects. He is involved with Walk Talk America, but has a really cool app that's out there. We're trying to get this thing launched and all that. Explain to people where that's coming from and what you're doing in the mental health side of things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As you all know, Mike Sodini very well with Walk Talk America, and he pitched the idea to me a couple years ago. He said, basically, what would you do if you could take on the service side of this? Walk Talk's great with advocacy and education, and they're doing really good work there. And so, kind of pitched, what would that be if you had kind of the brush, if you could paint this thing? I took about 6 months to kind of get my head around it and then take a look around. I figured somebody must be doing which is funny because I'm on the advisory board with Walk the Talk. I already know there's a big challenge between the mental health side of things. Working with firearms owners, already that stigma. It's not so much, interestingly, or maybe frustratingly, on the firearms side.
Right.
That exists, of course, but there's a strong bias on the mental health side against the firearms industry, and that's my career. So I'm a gun guy, former Army, father, and a mental health clinician. And so I work with people in telehealth. We talk about life and goals and stuff that's not great and things that are getting better. Just the stuff that so forget the diagnosis, forget that kind of stuff. So the push was to find a resource specifically for the mental health community, as for the firearms community, and there just wasn't anything out there. And so I've worked for most of the competitors, in the app space. There's some huge mental health apps, multi-million, it's $1 billion industry, but 90% of all mental health professionals are hard. This shouldn't be about politics. It just expresses the rest of the, talking points of politics, right? So 90% of the mental health industry is our hard left talking point, that doesn't track with the firearm industry, whether, conservative, Christian, firearm owner, whatever the range of this thing is. You've got an industry that doesn't want really to have that conversation and doesn't have your best, at heart. So the push has been to get into that space, recognize, all right, so we don't need to create the new wheel here. We just need to get a new captain in front of that, to drive that ship, to sail that ship. And so we've been working hard on the beta round of things to
our app developed. So you've got a big group of people, firearms owners and allied folks in the firearm 2A space that would like to talk with somebody who gets them.
Well, I know last year and the last couple of years is creating a network from scratch, because there are mental health professionals out there that are pro-gun, that are gun people, but maybe were nervous or scared to admit that they were gun people.
Yep.
And from the patient side of things, like you said, there is a want or a need to say, if I want to talk about some of my issues, I want to know that I'm not going to be alienated by these people. I have someone that we are at least commonly thinking how we're thinking, and have trust that my guns aren't going to be at risk or whatever, because I might say something to you. So I know you built the network. So this is the natural evolution. We built the network. Now let's bring it to the masses, right?
100%. So now we're using basically a tech maximized program so we can get those people to the app, the clinicians or coaches, subject matter experts on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And we're not using the medical model. So this is coaching, consulting, from people who actually have a solid background. But just like kind of the industry secret, that's what an employee assistance program typically is anyway. So if you work for a bigger employer, they're not technically doing, big C counseling. That's who they're hiring.
Right.
So we're just using that same script, but bringing in the right team to be involved in that. So 2amentalhealth.com. We're trying to get this thing crowdfunded.
Yeah.
The more investors that we look at, the more we're concerned about, are they really 2A folks? And so that's been my conversation so much is, I have a good warm introduction with an investor. We're talking the numbers, and so the numbers look good for an investor who's that's their bread and butter. But then we get to that point of, well, what if the guns part? Well, that's the whole reason we're having this conversation. I mean, this is 2A mental health for the entire firearm community. And if talking about firearms is an issue for an investor,
Right.
I can't have them having a piece of the company. Like that's a non-starter. We're back where we already are without resources. So
It's getting support, but letting you do what you do.
Right.
You're not trying to tell them how to run their business and all that. But I understand that obviously the industry being behind this is a big thing. If it's not money, but let's say like Chase and EAA, the money side may get tricky with friendships or whatever, but there's always other things that corporations can do to help drive this or promote this or whatever. And what kind of partnerships are you looking for from the industry side of
there's a
things?
couple things. I think one key one is letting your employees know and your customers know this resource exists. And so whether that's in mailers, whether it's on your your email lists, that kind of stuff, you kind of include us into that. So that's a great way of in-kind kind of back and forth partnerships. That's no money changing
Right.
hands. I know the tariffs are, and that's the conversation in all the industries. It's a tighter year.
Yeah, because Clover brings it up all the time. He makes a great point. He says, if they don't make money,
What?
yeah,
What?
I
We are recording.
right. I did say that. He actually made a great point. He said, if the industry isn't making money, they can't support.
Right.
So they still got to make money to support other things. But there are things that we can all do. The crowdfunding. Talk about where people can go to donate if they want to help get this going.
Simplest way is just 2amentalhealth.com. There's a link there that you can get you right in there. But 2amentalhealth.com. That's our YouTube. That's our Instagram. But you go to the website and you get a direct link right in.
Yep.
And do that like right now. That's a
Right
challenge.
this second.
You hear this stuff.
Well, you're going to have a couple of minutes in the intermission here for sure. So use that time.
Right.
You can multitask. You can multitask.
Yeah.
The challenge is, right, if we listen to these things and we think, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll do that. But then, the commercial comes on and we're,
Yeah. Well, we talk about mental health, and one of the things that you guys at WTTA has done is try to put mental health in the forefront of the firearms industry for the first time, without being scared to talk about it. So I think the fact that being able to multitask is great, because you have to multitask between the mental health and firearms. But I think people have gotten so used to being able to talk about it. It is nice to know that there's that next level is this app, this network that, well, here's the other thing. How many more coaches or clinicians now they know this app could be a real thing, are going to say, I want to join this app. Now you're just still building that network, you know?
Absolutely. I go to conferences and I've got my laptop as we're taking notes and doing that stuff for continuing education. And it's got that guns and mental health sticker, all sparkly sticker, and I crack that thing open. It's interesting. In this field where we think that we're all, disinterested in that, I get people trickling over and kind of quietly doing a business card like, hey, let's talk after. We can't talk here, but
that's what it's all about. Is 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, they wouldn't even have done that. There would have been no conversations.
They'd walk me out of the room.
No, absolutely.
We're going to switch over to here in just a minute. Darya and 284 University Shoot with Tony.
Big Tony.
Going to close out the 3-day podcast here. So,
Big Tony.
so far, everything's been pretty stable.
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 I mean,
Stable for this crew.
that's
true.
That's fair.
For baseline.
Equipment wise.
2amentalhealth.com, EAAcorp.com. The corpse.
That's how I feel today.
Yeah, I know they do.
It's week on tomorrow.
Thank you guys for coming on. Guys, go check both these guys out. But I mean, we say this all the time. It sounds corny, but you know how most of us feel about you and Mike and Jake and Jay is doing a great job, and Devin's doing a great job. Katie's doing like the umbrella that you guys are creating. I don't know if you guys know because you're in the middle of it, but the umbrella that is forming of this in the last few years is unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And Chase.
Wow. Chase the group.
I can't speak right. Thanks for coming on. And go check out EACorp.com. All the goodness that is. You got anything else you want to have before we get out of here?
Nah, man, we're good. Let's roll.
Sweet.
Thanks for finally showing up on this one. Wow. Appreciate that.
If you would have known that all those he might not have shown.
It was nice. It was nice of you.
Dodgeball.
Dodge.
You can dodge a ring.
Okay.
You can dodge a ball.
So we had problems when I tried to run the intermission.
So
I'm
we're
not
just gonna
running the fucking
keep it going.
intermission. I'm gonna mute it and I'm gonna kill the video feed. Other than that, we are live. We will be back. So
We think.
stand by from standby.
Stand by. segment of the Ghost of Clover podcast and SHOT Show 2026. Once again, beautiful backdrop with a new booth that got us here.
Yeah, thanks to Bersa.
And thanks to Walk Talk America, of course, with
He
Mike and all
hasn't
those
been able
guys.
to be out much because he's
Neither
been so
one of
busy.
them have. They've been a little busy.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I think that the SHOT 2026, from everything I'm hearing, has been a pretty decent shot. So foot traffic's been pretty good. Business has been good. So
yeah.
So we got a couple of companies. We got a company here, and then this guy who seems to like find a microphone no matter where he goes. We'll talk a little about this. Chris, you want to take the first segment real quick?
Yeah, we got Dustin with Derya. Obviously, we got Big Tom.
Obviously, we got Big Tone, but everyone knows Big Tone.
But yeah, we got Dustin with Derya. So got to see Dustin today. I had to run over there.
And the guns are coming, guys. The coolness is coming.
So I've got the most recent, the T19Z. So I was talking with Streamlight and looking for a light.
Yeah.
And they're like, what rails on the front for the light? I don't know. So I'm like, but I can find out. I know who does though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I did a little video with, of course, Dustin the other day. So that'll be out soon too. But give us a little bit of rundown about Derya because it's kind of interesting. Probably not what you think when you think Derya. So go ahead.
Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know, I would have to blame them. This is actually our 1 year anniversary in the United States. We've been around since 1998 in Turkey, but before we would always sell to other importers in the United States. And we just got to the size where we broke up. But when we did that too, Derya as a company wanted to invest in the United States and have their own factory for a couple of reasons, for diversity, and then also for diversification, and also for innovation.
Right.
You know, in America, the way it is, it's really the mecca of the gun industry. It's where the Second Amendment is, and stuff moves fast. Yes, people grow up with the Second Amendment. You know, they live it. It's a huge industry. So it's really important to have a factory and do that also. The first year was definitely busy. You know, getting really started. We did incorporate a little bit before that, but the first year has been really good. So about us is right now 90% of our production, if you quantify it, is still overseas in Turkey.
Right.
We do 10% in the United States. We're mostly known, just like many people in Turkey, as shotguns. And that's what really known. We're the exporter a year in shotguns in 2021. So I like to say that we made more shotguns than anybody ever in a 1 year period.
Nice.
So a lot of people don't know that about us, but we just got our rifle permit. It used to be very hard in Turkey, and in 2019, that's when they got it. So they first started with a 22-hour rifle, which we imported now under Derya. It's called the TM22. It's really nifty, and we, kind of went through some things with that, but we actually now have a really solid platform. It's actually the number 2 sold most 22-hour rifle in the world. A lot of people don't know that. But there's a lot of markets that it's the number 1 seller in the United States, and I think we just launched a TM22 Flash. It's going to be really good. And on top of that, we also do a pistol. That's what a lot of people know us for in the United States, because the first thing that we ever came out with in the United States was the DY9, and it was made in Jacksonville, Florida. It came out in March. I think we took there were some cool photos that was posted, and a lot of things that people started, and it was a good product to launch with the United States, because we did it going into business sale. People just said, why not? It's based off the platform for Glock 19 Gen 4. Parts are readily available. We have a couple proprietary parts on it, but nothing that anybody really was a big deal for. All the key parts and everything were interchangeable. So people trying it out, and I think a lot of people thought maybe their expectations were low, but they were definitely overseeded expectations, and people started doing it.
The buzz, for sure.
It was a good buzz. It really was, and it also gave us going confidence. So and then we added our shotguns, the DY12. The DY12Y has been really popular. It's a shorty. Everybody's the shorter the better right now in the U.S. And that couple of videos went viral on that. So we ended the year in 2025, 80% of our revenue was U.S. production.
Whoa,
so
nice.
This year, at the end of the year, we launched the DY9Z at Egg Bowls, and we released it Thanksgiving, Christmas time frame. And that's made of turkey. And the reason being is not because we don't want to invest in the United States. We have a huge factory over there. We have 475,000 square feet. And we have a lot of machines, and they were open. So we had to have a project that could actually fill up those machines, and that's our main goal, is to keep production schedule. And what we do when we keep production on schedule is that we actually pass that savings to the customer, because, you know, let's be honest, money talks right now, right? And you know, people for more established brands and more stuff that people doing are going to buy those ones maybe at a higher price. Us, they will try out, but it has to be, you know, we have to make less margin too and sell at a better price. And that's just is what it is. And that's what we came out with. And with the TM22 takes up a lot of other production. And then so now, actually, in 2026, we had a really good SHOT Show. We actually filled up until right now, April, all our machines, full capacity, and we launched our Mac shotgun at SHOT Show. And that's a passion project. I don't know, you guys can interrupt me. I feel like I'm talking for a while, so I'm not boring some people.
This is what this is for right here.
Yes, I launched the Mac shotgun, and it is actually a passion project for the president of Turkey. He went to a lot of U.S. competitions and international competitions, and he saw other shotguns being used. And we were the biggest maker of MagFed shotguns ever, right? And you know, a lot of people start transitioning out, and a lot of it because MagFed shotguns are historically had problems. Everybody's heard about it. You guys probably talked about it before on the podcast. And we spent 3 years developing this shotgun. It's our most expensive firearm. It's $2,000 starting price. But what you get when you actually is a good value. I know people are, $2,000 is good value, but compared to our main competitors in that segment, it's actually really, really innovative. It's proprietary magazines. It's proprietary. It's an AR pistol grip. We designed, made the mold, and inject the pistol grip along with the stock. It's 18-point adjustments. And we really try to concentrate on the consumer, because consumers right now are really it's not a custom fit, but it's more of a, you know, catered fit to the people with the buttstock and the pistol grips. And you can actually breaks down from the rear. It feeds everything. There's a standard piston and a heavy piston, and the standard piston will feed every single ammunition. And we spend a lot of time on the magazine. So, because a lot of people, even with the expensive shotguns, MagFed shotguns, they have ammunition feeding problems, and most of the air is per a magazine. So we spend a lot of time with injected magazine with metal feed lips, and then also the forend is bomber, but there's no tools needed. It's a gas system, but the piston actually is self-cleaning, and it goes into the forend. So if you're running 1,000, 2,000 rounds, you'll just pile up gun, but it won't hurt the performance of the shotgun. And also it breaks down. We have some videos. A lot of people came by and did some videos on it. Yeah. It was really cool to see. And then I think there's been good feedback, but it's a new market, so we're going to go more into the competition market for the Mac shotgun. And we also showed some things with the TM22 that we have coming out for Q3, and we have some more stuff coming out, but won't go too much into it because once, yeah. So, you know, at SHOT Show, a lot of stuff gets lost in translation. A lot of people are looking at, you know, the big brands. So we took the method of, hey, we did the DY9Z, we released it on Thanksgiving. You know, we did the TM22 Flash January 1st. And the reason being is because if it's ready, we don't really do the segment. I think we get more exposure actually not launching things at SHOT Show.
100%.
And we had so we just don't really do it. So I mean, we have GunCon coming up in June. We'll launch something there, and then we have goals in August, and we're going to launch something there. So we'll always have something exciting, and we actually have gotten usually better, you know, exposure at it. But for people that are watching the podcast and everything like that, go check out the Mac shotgun. It's one of our biggest launches.
Right.
It releases Q2.
It's cool. I can vouch. It's cool. Tony.
What this guy right here, you know, he's been a dear friend to Clover and I for a long time.
He's a
pound for pound, the sexiest gun instructor in the world.
No, it's largest pound for pound gun company in America, sir.
I was trying to be nice. I was trying to spruce up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, this guy right here is a former crayon eater like myself. But more importantly, he's doing a great mission for our industry with the Diversity Shoot, 2A for Everyone podcast, from literally behind enemy lines.
100%.
So he's trying to get out of New Jersey, but I just keep keeping him there because I think you're meant to be there, bro. But the one, the only Tony Simon. Explain to people who you are, have lived under a rock that may have not heard of you. What have you been doing lately?
All right, I started out. Thank you, Tony Simon. Second is for everyone, diversityshoot.com. You can help us out, donate, because this is what we do. In New Jersey, we introduce people from every background, every race, every gender to not only firearms at the range, but Second Amendment organizations and real gun owners. So people who think, hey, every gun owner is just a racist, and ranges are uncomfortable to us. No, I'm hosting the thing. I have a sense of humor. Come on, we're going to have a good time. I'm going to introduce you to firearms that are pretty cool from different manufacturers. We actually, Derya just came out when we were at We Shoot, hosting one of our things in Lakewood, New Jersey, and they were like, Tony, because they have us do video content for them too at We Shoot. And he was like, you got to check this out. It's a Glock clone, and I think at that time it was like $225 MSRP.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
And,
I live in Jersey where you have to have a pistol purchase permit and all that kind of stuff. Well, cameraman from that range was like, hey, that's a pretty good deal for a gun. I was like, you don't have any nuts if you don't buy this gun. If you don't buy this gun today, you're a loser. He was like, yeah, but I don't know my fiance. Dude, it's $200.
Yeah, I hate that cop out, dude.
I was like, bro, if you don't buy that, you don't have a
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, he bought it and then gave it to us to shoot at the event.
That's awesome.
So we introduced people to the area.
That's great.
Because that pretty much badged the guy into it.
Those are some great photos. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
And we shot it. We had fun. But what I do is introduce people to different firearms from different companies, and then I introduce them at the same time to advocacy organizations. Because all of us own guns long before we ever even paid attention to advocacy. Well, with the attack on our rights, we have to flip that around. We have to make it a zero-sum game. Recommend, introduce them at the same time, explain to them how important it is, explain the racist history of gun control, like hit them with everything, but make it fun. So I'm making fun in my events. I goof on everybody, and if you can't take it, get out.
He goofs everybody generally in life as well. So.
100%. 100%. And it works out because I love you. Whoever you are, you're a human being. I love you. I'm a Christian. I say curse words. I act inappropriate. I'm trying to be a better person, but today ain't that day. So come out, hang out, have fun. We shoot at the events. I have raffles. We eat pizza. And then after the event, I invite everybody to hang out with us and smoke cigars in the parking lot. Like, it's a thing. I want you included. This can be inclusive. I want to turn it into what bowling was back in the day.
Absolutely. That's a great comparison out there.
It ain't all about, oh, you just want to kill people. No, bro. We go out, have fun, dog each other out, have shooting competitions. We shoot PCC, police combat competitions. It's fun. Guns can be fun without being deadly, but you can also fight for your right without being so serious all the time that you're quoting the Constitution, Supreme Court cases.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time. Let's vote for this thing, and let's let everybody know they're in on it.
Well, I like the fact that, like you said, you tackle everything, but you don't do it in a way where people think you're preaching to them. You don't make anyone uncomfortable. It's a diverse group of people. You're gonna have people from.
I would go as far as to say he doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. I've seen him make some people pretty uncomfortable. We're talking about anti-gunners and more liberals, but I've seen him make some people look.
But it is diversity shoots. He is, and as a shoot, he tries not to make it. But you're tackling topics in front of white people, Hispanic people, Black people, to where. But no one's getting offended because you make it to where, like, we can talk about this without blaming anybody, without assigning blame. But more importantly, let's understand where each of us are coming from because we're all here for the same reason. It's just we have different backgrounds.
Diversity doesn't just mean skin color. It means perception and perspective.
That's it.
Mine is no more important than yours, but maybe you didn't see something the way I see it, and you're like, let's have a conversation instead of attacking each other. We can converse.
Right.
There's a divisive agenda out there to make sure we never speak. Well, I want to change that with my events. So I bring guns, pizza, fun, prizes,
Absolutely.
and these people together. It's not it's a safe space. Bitch, this ain't safe. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna group on you. If you want safety, don't come here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun. And I start my events out. Hey, did you grow up on Family Guy? All in the Family, the Jeffersons? If you grew up on that, and that's
You're
your
gonna
sense,
like this.
you're gonna have fun. If you didn't grow up on this, come back in an hour when we start shooting. Outside of that, we're gonna have a great time.
So one of the great things I love about it is you're not just doing this in New Jersey. You're taking the show on the road. So if there's someone out there that is wanting to bring you in the diversity shoot to their location, is how they get involved with that?
Hit me up and I'll tell you how to do it because it requires one, a clean range.
Yeah.
All right. That's very important because I'm asking your mom, your girlfriend, people who aren't into firearms, and I can't have you roll in with like the bathroom with the half naked pictures of women on it. And so it helps. It helps to be, you don't have to be neutral because that's ridiculous. You can believe in what you believe in. And sometimes people got to put on their big boy pants. And yes, you have the Malon Labe sticker and you have a Don't Tread on Me thing and you have a flag, and that's just something that's there.
Yeah.
But if you have a Confederate flag hanging up, understand, I'm from Virginia. I get it. I grew up with friends with it.
Right.
Doesn't mean you're racist. But guess what? That's the image of perception. It's perception
That's
out
it.
there. If you don't want to perceive yourself being a racist, maybe you shouldn't have racist stuff that can be perceived to be a racist.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's like, understand, you have to meeting people halfway is not putting yourself out. Meet people at 60%. That way you've put yourself out a little bit. You've reached across the line and you're in an area where you're uncomfortable, but you're there because you care and you want to actually understand this person. That takes effort. Meeting somebody halfway, you never left your comfort zone. No, leave your comfort zone a little bit because most people are good people. And then you talk and then maybe you understand, oh, you don't use that word. You could be offended, offensive to some people, especially if they don't know you. All right, cool. I wasn't aware of that.
Right.
That's what it's like. And I try to bring people together with a sense of humor and make it fun, man. I cannot stand when we talk to Second Amendment people and you're like, yes, I get it. Yes, Rob.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I dozed off there for a second.
Statistics, court case, statistics, court
Yes,
case.
and it's not even emotional. It's like, all right, look,
It's robotic.
my mom helped protect our family when somebody was breaking into the back door of our house and she had a 12 gauge. Nobody's there to save her. We were in the middle of the country. I was born and raised in Virginia, in the country, farm, that kind of stuff. So nobody's going to save her.
And what I love about what you're doing also is this is not just for people that are already gun owners.
Nope.
You actually want them to be maybe never even held a gun before, because introducing them the right way is just as important as anything.
I want the whole rainbow, right?
Yeah.
I want the person that's never touched a gun and is a grown ass man, is 35 years old, didn't know where to started my place. The lady who's moving out for her first time on her own and never come to me. You got a kid that's 10, you don't own guns, but you want to introduce your boy to her daughter, come to me. Your grandmother, she lives by herself, come to me. One of the coolest pictures we have was my boy Nick, who is going to be my future board member, but he's one of my volunteers. He's Asian American. So he's got the Fu Manchu mustache. And he was teaching a 90-something-year-old black lady how to shoot his AK, and she had the freaking African headdress and everything on. And I'm like, this is a cool.
This is it right here, personified in photo. Right.
My people are all people.
That's it.
I want gun owners here. That's why I want to have guns that other people don't. That's why I hit Chase up.
Yeah.
I want give me some cool stuff. I'd like you to hook us up with some of your stuff because what's the deal? Well, come over here, and we got 2 of them over here in the port.
Yeah.
And you can shoot them here. We limited to 20 tickets sold at each event.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people just to shoot 5 rounds because that sucks. That's kind of like get in and out. No, I want you to shoot the gun, feel the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. You can go to the next one, and then when you're in the room with everybody else and we're conversing, which one did you like? And I don't need only black guns. You can give me 10 guns. You can hit them crazy colors, whatever. Because when your mom gets it, she's not gonna. Yeah, I really like BY9 with the Allen comp. That was really great. That's not what your mom's gonna talk. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, give me one with the gold barrel.
I want the blue one. I want the Tiffany blue one, you know, or
Same
whatever.
thing.
Yeah.
And that helps. And now she can have a conversation because we both know what she's talking about. And I can send it to the website. And by the way, manufacturers, make your website something people want to go to and get answers about your product. I just actually spoke to Colt's new CEO today. Wonderful lady. And I told her, your website needs more help. I just sold my boss on one of the new Colt 1911s as optic red. And when I went to the website, you had 2 pictures.
Yeah.
The left side and the right side.
All right.
And I'm like, help me out because to get all the information,
Oh my, please.
it really, it's Rob Pincus.
It's Rob Pages.
Yes.
Well, I haven't seen you yet this week. I'm gonna give you a hug.
I love you in the gun community out there, but I gotta go. It's gonna snow. This is my 30th job show. I've had enough. I'm going home. Peace out. Peace.
Love you, brother.
So the man can never turn down a microphone or a camera. That's Mr. Pincus.
I would hug him, but I'm hermetically sealed into the seat.
You are, yeah. And really, you don't want to touch Rob. You don't know what he's carrying with him.
Actually, one, no, because if I touch him too much, he might marry me, and I'll be wife number 12. But
maybe 14. I'm not sure. We don't know. There's a couple of dark years we don't know about.
Count as
Yeah,
two.
that's true.
So Rob is the reason. Yeah, I came to Rob first when I was starting diversity shoots up. He was actually hosting something in Little Lake Harbor. I went to see him. I said, hey, my name is Tony Simon. I did my elevator speech, and he was like, what do you need? And I was like, right now, just swag. We can raffle swag off to help pay for the ammo and the pizza.
Yeah.
He went and emptied out all of his personal defense network stuff in his vehicle, gave it to me, and said, you need to come to the industry and talk to the industry to be a part of this. Yeah. So he's one of the reasons that I'm at events.
Rob's a lot of things, let's just be honest. But one of them is a really damn good person.
Yep.
You know, he has a persona that I think he likes to throw gas in the fire. For effect, by the way, for effect. But he ultimately, he's a good person who cares about his friends. And if you're in his circle and you are a friend of his, he's as loyal as anybody out there.
Understand, Rob didn't know.
Exactly.
But he believed in the mission and he heard the passion I had for it. And I started this off every other month doing this, every other month. Now I'm doing 2 a month at 4 ranges. I've worked with Nebraska Firearms Owners Association. I've been out there. I've been into Pennsylvania. We're getting stuff done and we're growing the firearms community. And that means I don't want just Republicans. I need Democrats. I need libertarians. I need people who don't even like to vote but will vote because it should be apolitical. This is an apolitical human right. But the only way we can kill it is you kill it during your primaries. So the people that are running are all pro 2A or they're afraid to touch it.
Right.
Political suicide. That's what it is if you're there. And Republicans don't get a buy because I live in Jersey. They're continually willing to reach across the aisle to the other side for gun stuff. No, dude. I'm an absolutist. You should be able to order a belt fit through Amazon and have it dropped off today.
Yeah.
Why? Because prior to 1934, we didn't have those crimes that they claim. The reason you think there were tiny guns all through the Roaring 20s is because of movies, not history. Someone went and did the research during the entire time of Prohibition. Total 12 drive-bys with a time.
It's crazy.
But every movie you see and every
Has
reference
12
you see,
per movie.
they do it, and then you think that's history. When people get propagandized, they think it's some giant thing, and it's like, no, little by little, now you realize right now, your whole life, that's all you saw. Tommy guns used in drive-by.
History in general is being changed right in front of our eyes, which is scary. Right. Bring Dustin back in real quick. Once again, website, social medias, where can people find all the coolness that you guys are putting out? I'm sure you're putting out pictures with other people, but where can people find you if they want to find out more information?
Our U.S. website is www.derya.us. And then our social medias, we have one for our main company in Turkey, and then we also just started our United States one back in August. So it's pretty simple. It's just Derya Arms on Instagram, and then DeryaArms.us for the US one. On YouTube is Derya_arms, and then Derya support for the US one. And we've been putting on Instagram all our updates from SHOT Show. We have a cameraman there. You can go and see it, see what's going on, see kind of some of the new products. What we're doing, we just a little bit. YouTube's definitely our biggest platform. We have 600,000 subscribers on that, and then Instagram, we're gaining traction because everybody's in the photos now.
Right.
We put out some cool content that we reshared, and it was really cool. And we actually have a lot of our guns are actually pretty picture worthy, I think. So I think once you do it, I'm always. We're always finding content creators. Now me and Tuck, we've met each other now. Yeah. Get some guns over there. Then, when you actually see it, it's cool to see what people can do. Our platform. You'll see us a lot online. It's we work with a lot of different content creators. We're a new age company, and it's funny because we've been in the industry a while, and we make a lot of new or brands new, and it's. Our statistics is 80% of our people that are looking at a Derya are 50 and under. So we're actually a really young brand. We have a lot of young people in it, and women really like Derya. I don't really know too much why, but statistically we get more women than other brands buying our pistols. And also our 22 rifles is a great training series, and also we make different. We try to do exciting. There's the void in the color market, but black cherry. We have black cherry, 4 different colors of brown, and other colors that we have. So, and a lot of things on there. Just keep on talking because I have my normal spiel, I guess. But we actually have a mold division. We design and we make our own molds. We have over 20 injection machines in Turkey, and injection machine in the United States. So what we could do with plastics and polymer technology, but with metal inserts, lightness, what we could do is, give consistent performance and also a good value. So a lot of people say, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you guys cutting corners?" We're not. All we're doing, we make less money than other people, but we also can put out a good product. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money up front, but when you do the volume, it passes on to the customer. That's where it helps. So you'll see a lot of different colors. Proprietary. I think we're one of the only people that are injecting black cherry. It's really hot right now, and that's just on it. The DY9Zs, we have black cherry, and then the TM22. It looks really good. So it's probably our number one. It sells more than pink, blue, and it sells more than pink, blue, and purple combined right now. It's really cool. You guys have to check it out. Black cherry.
So like Clover's shirt, basically.
A little bit. It's actually. I might need to get some black cherry in there.
That would be a sweet color Derya like that right there. Just say it. The Camarano Derya. Why not?
So what do you guys? What I gotta ask? Since I'm on this and I'm happy. What do you think's missing in the market right now? I mean, that's
you got me on day 3. My brain is pretty much dead, dude. But that's a good question. I don't know.
I think a lot of it comes down to
not suppressors.
Yeah. Obviously suppressors, 10 millimeter, those are kind of like the things that I've seen that are very popular. I think they're going to be 20.6, 10 millimeter. Obviously.
Yeah, he said what's missing.
That's what I'm saying. I think what's missing is.
Oh, I seen something he had the other day that I think might be something that is missing. Affordable lever actions.
That's what I was going to say. I think going back to old school stuff, I think everybody wants to push the future. And last year we had a bunch of lever actions that were very, very popular, but there were also $1,500, $2,000 lever actions. I've got one that was a $400 or $500. I'm not going to say the brand, but I've got a $400 or $500 lever action. That's one of my favorite guns. I think that people have gotten away from. It's okay to make something cool and make it affordable. And I think you guys are doing that with lever actions. I want to see some really cool, maybe updated M1 Garens that are, I would see the Bryn 10, we talk about this all the time, the Bryn 10 comeback.
Oh, Bryn 10 would be sweet.
So many old school retro guns that we loved growing up, maybe brought back into a modernized thing. Yeah, Tony.
M1 carbine would be great.
But M1 carbine, yeah, sure.
Can't have it in Jersey by name.
Wow, that's nuts.
Whole bullcrap lie over a riot in Plainfield. Look it up. Plainfield riots in New Jersey. They had a company called the Plainfield Machine Company in New Jersey that was making M1 carbines from kits and putting them together for the CIA.
Oh wow!
The night of the riot in Plainfield, they claimed black militants broke in and stole M1 carbines and opened fire on the police station in Plainfield, New Jersey. They raided over 500 homes with no warrant.
No one found anything.
Never found anything. This is state police, Plainfield Police Department, and National Guard. And all of these disappeared, and they said they opened fire on the Plainfield police station with no proof. No one ever found a gun. Found 500
And you
homes.
still can't own an
And they
M1 carbine.
passed a law and actually by name not only the M1 carbine, but you can't have one that says Plainfield Machine Company in New Jersey without going straight to jail. From 1960s, they passed that.
Wow.
So when I'm looking at companies that re-release them, bitch, you ain't the real M. Can you call it something? Call it something else. Call it the M2 carbine. Call it the 30 cal carbine.
Right.
Like you can sell it because it's really good because of the round it is. It's not a lot of recoil, but it's like a really hot 357 round. When it comes to that, where 4 points of contact, easy for somebody to shoot. It would be great if somebody put something out that shot a 30 carbine round, or at this time, 10 mil, shoulder fire, simple. High Point has something like that, but High Point doesn't take Glock mags or other things like that, and that would help. But once you get into something that takes Glocks and something about mags, the price triples. You can't get into a solid PCC for less than what? What's the CZ Scorpion? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
maybe.
Grand plus.
The Banshee's about there too. Maybe they're not much. That's about 13, 14.
Yeah. So what do you get? You can either get. Look, I'm friends with the guys at High Point, and I understand the limitations. It's heavy. It's not ergonomic, and it's limited.
The carbines are fantastic.
I have one as my home defense rifle in the.
I got 10 millimeter and 9. They're fantastic.
They run.
They run.
We introduce people to them, and then I put them in the bulletproof chassis from High Tower Armory, and people can shoot it because the weight's in the back. Many women have come to our events, and they were like, "This is my favorite gun."
Yeah, we got a super hard out.
Yep.
So, guys, I hate to tell you, it's 5 o'clock, but they're going to be closing.
Yeah, and I don't look bad. I got called over to work. So.
Did you? Yeah, nice.
I get tickets. Oh yeah.
So yeah, Dustin, Tony, thanks for closing it out.
Yeah.
Here for everybody else. We're done with shot 26. One more day, so.
Not for me. I leave. I fly out early tomorrow morning, try to beat some snow.
True. At least with me, you may get some IG, some expos, some something. May get some stuff in the area still. Are you leaving, Tony?
I'm flying out 11 o'clock Friday night, so I'm probably going to get hung up somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's the right flight to Jersey, so
there you go. Thanks for watching us.
Absolutely.